Hello and welcome along to the Sports Express Show. Thank you so much for being with us once again for this week, looking at the football action from the weekend. It was a jam-packed weekend of sports.
Yeah, it was.
Right?
It was.
Especially those football games. We saw those big games, specifically in the Bundesliga. I think we're going to touch on that game specifically today.
Yeah.
Just looking at the Klassiker Bayern Munich up against Borussia Dortmund. That one ended 4-2 at the end. Lewandowski getting his hat-trick, Erling Haaland, he started everything off, obviously getting his brace in the first 10 minutes of the game. But Lewandowski was like, son, this is my house.
So
you can't just come here and do your nonsense.
You can't think you can come to my throne and dethrone me.
And dethrone me. I'm still around.
Yeah, I'm still around.
I may be aging, but I still got it.
And he's still banging them in. Look, it was a scoreline that flattered Bayern Munich, to be honest with you. I don't want to lie to you. It was one of those matches where Borussia Dortmund started like a house on fire, son. 2 goals under 10 minutes.
I thought it was on.
I'm thinking, here we go. I'm seeing 4-0, 5-0 in the first half. Obviously, Bayern Munich were always going to come back. We knew that. But that's what got me so excited to think maybe, Borussia Dortmund could dial a 3-4 in the first half, and it's going to be a cracker in the second half. But after the 10 minutes, I think, I don't know, Borussia just seemed like they rested on their laurels, and Bayern just dominated from the 15th minute all the way to the 90th, and
it was such an underwhelming transition to the game. As you said, they started really well, getting the first 2 goals in inside 10 minutes, and then after that,
they just fizzled out.
You can't. How do you possibly rest 2-0 up against Bayern Munich, even if it's the second half? You can't afford to do that because they are a very attacking side, and you just 2-0 is not enough.
Against that Bayern Munich
it's nowhere
team,
near enough against Bayern Munich.
It's you can't rest on your laurels when it comes to that scoreline. I mean, let's be honest, Bayern Munich, this is not the best Bayern Munich we've seen. They're tired, and the results are not going their way, especially defensively. They're leaking goals, but in them leaking, they're also scoring them. I mean, this is not the first time Bayern Munich has gone down 2+ goals, and they've come back to either draw or win a match. Apart from the match against Eintracht Frankfurt, that was the only match that they couldn't come back in time. They just needed more time. But at the end of the day, they didn't do it. So how is it with the mentality and knowing how Bayern Munich are? Do you decide to
just basically sit back and do nothing? Because there's nothing of note that they did after 10 minutes of the start.
Literally, from minute 1 to minute 9:38. That was Borussia Dortmund's highlights. That's it. And then from 10 going all the way to 90 was just Bayern Munich all the way. And so
got a lot worse when Haaland got off as well early in the second half. It was just from there. It was just downhill for Dortmund.
It was downhill, and they were barely going downhill before his injury. I feel like he's the one carrying the team now, and everybody else doesn't have the minerals to carry on and push. They don't have the hunger. That's why the kid needs to leave, bro.
Needs to go.
I've always said, just give him 1 to 2 more seasons.
No, he needs to go.
But now, that match was the nail in the flipping coffin to say, Twana,
a player of his caliber, because the reason why he went to Dortmund was obviously to go that step higher. And he has done that. He's hit the world-class level now. For his age. He's 20 years of age, and he's banging in goals like nobody's business. So
and
now
he's proving it.
And he's proving it even in big games.
Exactly.
So that is the temperament that he has. So now the one thing that's literally not on his side is the fact that he's not winning trophies. And let's be fair, it's not going to happen at Dortmund.
It's not. What are they going to win? They can't even win the Pokal, like the DFB Pokal. They can't win. They definitely can't win the league. That's for bloody sure.
That's not going to happen.
They're not going to win the champion. They're not going to win anything. So, you don't understand how disappointed I was at that match, because especially it was such an anticlimax, especially after being taken up as let's say neutrals of football, watching that match, seeing the 2 goals. Oh snap, Bayern Munich are on the back foot. Quick goals in succession. We're gonna see more goals. We're gonna see what the big match temperament Bayern Munich have, and this could be the season where Borussia Dortmund actually beat them, because like we said earlier on, this is possibly the weakest Bayern Munich in the past 3 to 4 seasons, and Borussia Dortmund still couldn't beat them. What are you
Anyway, of course, just before we wrap it up, we also have some big news coming from Scotland. Rangers are over the line. They have won the league for the first time since 2011, I think.
Yes.
You know, so Celtic have been dominating. Not that we're talking about the Scottish League that there's anything of interest, but I think this is worth mentioning.
It's monumental.
It's monumental, given
sense.
the fact that it's been such a long time since Rangers won it. And the fact that it's Steven Gerrard.
And not only that, but considering where they've come from. I mean, let's be honest, when they were dock points and they were relegated and they were just down in the doldrums. They were a shadow of what Rangers used to be. And for them to get back, for them to appoint Steven Gerrard, the work Gerrard has put in there. Look, I don't like saying because it's a Liverpool Boston, but I mean you can't take it away from him.
Fantastic manager.
And like we were saying, discussing off camera, it's not like he got to a team with stars. So you can
build.
They had to build, and he had the vision, and he executed, and they won. So his fingerprint is definitely on there. It's not a debate of whether it was a great team, possibly, and it wasn't him. No, it was him, and he's executed. Now the question is, what does Liverpool do about it?
Calm down, my son. I know things are bad. I know things are bad with Klopp, but calm down. I think Steven Gerrard would be the first person to tell people to calm down. Because I think at this point in time, he started really well his managerial career.
Yes.
And we've seen the trend with a lot of former players coming into management. You know, they get the big job as they start.
Yes.
We saw it with Pep, it worked out.
Yes.
We saw it with Zidane, it worked out.
Yes.
Didn't work out with Lampard.
Yeah.
You know, but he started at Derby County, got the Chelsea job a little bit more prematurely.
Yes.
We're seeing it to the likes of Thierry Henry. They seem to be struggling. Pirlo as well at Juventus.
Yes.
So we're seeing this trend, and Gerrard really started it the right way. Going to a team like Rangers to build his credentials, to build his CV before the big job at Liverpool. And now the fact that he's a league champion.
Yeah.
That is a big marker on his CV. And he will eventually will become Liverpool manager, but I think it might take a couple of years before that happens.
How many years do you think?
I think it depends on how long Klopp stays, because as soon as Klopp is out, then my boy Steve is in.
I mean,
it's that simple.
Let's be honest, you guys are bleeding at the moment.
Yeah.
As Liverpool,
no, definitely.
You guys are bleeding.
But
so do we jump the gun and say, oh, it's not?
Look,
what do you do in that case?
Yeah, I don't think Liverpool will sack Klopp. I think it's going to take something really extraordinary for Klopp to basically leave, or Liverpool to let Klopp go. But I think it's going to take quite some time for that to happen, and I think that the ownership will allow him to finish the season and try and recruit for next season. And then if things don't go well, then I think
there should be a talk.
Yeah, it might be, and I think it might happen that they'll do what Arsenal did with Wenger and sort of like force him to resign instead of firing him, because there's a lot of sentiment now between the club and him.
Yeah. Anyway, guys,
but Stevie is coming in. Definitely, he's coming in.
You guys are licking your fingers. Hold on, son. Klopp is still there. Hold on. Anyway, guys, thank you for tuning in again. Tune in again next week. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe, and press the notification bell. And we'll see you next time. Peace.